Hey crocheters! So today I have a couple of things to show you guys, but it's a little different than normal because I've been working on some things that are not amigurumi. I know, weird, right? So this is the first thing I made. Oh, that's the joined spot, so let's not show that. It's not as pretty. So I sat down to watch a movie with my family. I had some of this really beautiful Plymouth Bay yarn that I got at my local yarn shop. If you guys remember when I was making the Chubby sheep, I made a version out of the Plymouth Bay yarn. And so I had some left over. And so I thought, ooh, I'll make myself a cowl. And of course, I didn't follow a pattern because I just like inventing stuff. Well, crochet patterns, there's bunches of stuff I can't invent. But, you know, I was just like, I'll just make it up as I go, like not a big deal. Well, definitely didn't, I made it too small, too tight around the neck. And so as soon as I realized that, I stopped and I used the other end of the hank, started pulling from the outside, and I made this. And then kind of when I was done, I was like, well, I like this actually works really great as an ear warmer, and like this could be my cowl. So this is what they look like. So ear warmer. Actually, I probably wear it a little bit lower. Something like that. I did the wainscot stitch or the split stitch, depending on who you are. It's what you call it. And then on this one, I think I clearly haven't finished it off because I've got these ends here. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew some kind of large buttons on probably two, and then I'll put them kind of through this end. So really I didn't make a cowl at all. I made myself like a small scarf and a ear warmer, but I think they're pretty. And once again, I did this one with the wainscot stitch. And I remember once hearing someone say, or maybe it was a comment, saying that like the wainscot or the split stitch doesn't spiral at all. Like it stacks perfectly because like all crocheting kind of spirals. And I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but mine definitely spirals. I kind of, if I want the stitches to line up a little bit better and look like, you know, have that knit look, I kind of have to tug on it and adjust to get the V's lining up a little bit better, but still not fantastic. I'm not very good at that. But it's a fun stitch to play with, and I'd often thought about using it in amigurumi, especially like for the owl. You know, back there, I thought that could be really cute to have those like V stitches on the belly to still kind of give that feather effect. But I don't know, something about working with burlap blanket yarn with it, the stitches are really, really hard to find. And on this, I mean, this is a super bulky yarn, but like my amigurumi, I use an 8mm hook typically, and on this I used a 15.75 millimeter. So actually maybe it was a 13. I think it was a 13.75, but still, like that's pretty hefty in comparison. So it was, I don't know, it made for bigger stitches. It was easier to find. On the wainscot stitch, I can show you guys right here. You know, normally when you crochet through these loops here. For the wainscot stitch, you go right in between. You'd crochet right here, and then right here, and then right there. You know, so it was just, it's hard. It's hard to find when using burlap blanket yarn and 8mm hook, in my experience. Doesn't mean it won't happen in the future, but I have not yet figured it out. So that's that. My venture into crocheting wearables. And I mean, I am excited to wear these. My current like outdoor attire is almost completely gray because I love the color gray. Honestly, I think it's very beautiful. But like I've got like gray boots and a gray coat. Sorry, I just went on a walk, so I've got like all of it right here. And actually I put my gray hat and my gray gloves up because I was being responsible. But basically, oh, and I have a gray scarf. So yeah, pretty much if I wear gray jeans, I'm just like all gray. So I'm excited to have like a little bit of variation. I mean, white isn't necessarily like color, but I mean, we've got some tonal changes. I think it'll be nice. So the other thing I have been working on is I want to release the Chubby Goat pattern in January. And I've been realizing like what I need to, I need to be working on my patterns kind of like 2 months in advance. That way I've got like a month to create the pattern and then a month to get it tested. And then, you know, quickly update, fix anything that needs to be fixed and then publish. So that means in November I need to be working on January, and in December I'm going to need to be working on February. So I'm trying to be organized and awesome, and we're getting there. Learning, not great at it, but getting there. So I just finished up the Chubby Goat pattern today, and I had most of the pictures between making the very first one and then making the ornament, which is over there. You guys can't see it. I had a lot of the pictures taken, but there were still some that I needed to take. So I went ahead and did that. And I don't know what it is, but every single time it seems I follow one of my own patterns, like one that's just written down in my notebook, not like officially published, I forget something completely obvious. And I don't know why. I think it's because I get a little bit cocky. I'm like, oh yeah, I wrote this pattern. I remember. I don't remember. Like ever. So yeah, I need to pay more attention because on the pattern, technically the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, I think, are supposed to be white. They're supposed to be the color B. So we've got a patch of color here, and then we'd have a lighter color on the bottom. And I totally forgot. Thankfully, none of the pictures that I needed require seeing the belly, so you can't. Okay, one you can tell, and if you guys see it in the pattern when it comes out in January, you guys can tell me like, oh yeah, it's that one. But yeah, that was the big one. And then the other one was I completely forgot to put in the weighted stuffing beads. And so it doesn't even sit up at all. Like it is always on its face. Even with the weighted stuffing beads on the very first one I made, it kind of sat on its front 2 legs like this. Because like you try so hard to like shove it into the back, but still the front is heavy enough that it kind of balanced just right here. I mean, it's cute. I've got nothing against that, but sadly this one doesn't stand up at all. It just, I mean, I can balance it in my hand, but if I try and set it down, it falls over because I forgot that because I'm a space cadet. So anyway, that is the update for what I've been working on this week. Got more fun things hopefully to continue doing. Yeah, the reindeer testing is going great. If you guys follow me on Facebook, the beginning of this week, I think, I posted a picture from April. Well, 3 pictures actually from April who'd been testing, and she gave her reindeer, the reindeer right there, she gave hers a red nose, so it was Rudolph, and it was so cute. And then she made a second one in some lighter colors and didn't put on the horns and gave her a little red bow, and they are so cute. Oh my gosh, like I'm excited. I'm excited to see all of the fun things that you guys do with a deer pattern for Christmas because it's gonna be And that should be coming out here in, I think, a week or so. I think so. Isn't that so exciting? Okay, I think it's so exciting. Anyway, yeah, I think November 16th is the deadline that I gave the testers. So I should be getting it a couple days out after that. So I've got some, a little bit of time to fix it up, change anything that needs to happen, and get it out for you guys. So super excited. Also, the ornaments are being tested as well. From what I've seen, that's going pretty great. So I'm excited on that front. Christmas is gonna be, well, adorable this year. So I'm really excited for that. And honestly, that's all I've got to say. At this point, I'm just kind of rambling on. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you guys next Tuesday. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.